Not all rational expressions have the same denominator. So to add or subtract them, you have to find the least common denominator first. So let's talk about that in this video. For example, find the least common denominators of the rational expressions 2x over 18a cubed b and negative 3 over 27a squared b cubed c. So, to find the least common denominator, the first thing that we have to do is to factor the denominators. So, we have 18a cubed b and 27a squared b cubed c. Now, para mas ma-visualize natin ang pagkuha ng LCD, we factor 18a cubed b as 2 times 3 times 3 times a times a times a and then times b. And si 27a squared b cubed c, factor natin as 3 times 3 times 3 times a times b times b times b and times c. Now that we have factored, okay, our denominators, unahin natin kunin yung mga magkakapareho. Okay, now, we can notice that merong pa ring mga factors na naiwan. Okay, so sa LCD, sasama natin lahat yan. Now that we have included all the remaining factors, let's multiply this together and this will serve as our LCD for these two rational expressions. So the product of this, okay, is actually 54a cubed b cubed c. And this is now our LCD for these two rational expressions. And one way of finding the LCD is simply to look at the numerical coefficients first of the denominators. We have 18 and 27. And find the LCM of 18 and 27, and that is 54. Now, if you look at A, you will see that the two denominators have a variable factor of A. Now, sa LCD, kukunin natin may pinakamataas na exponent, and that is A cubed. And then, if we look at here, we can see na meron din variable factor na B. So, we have B, B cubed, and then we take B cubed because 3 is the highest exponent of B. And then, we also have to include C. Okay? Because this is also part of our LCD. Walang maiiwan na factors. Lahat kasama. And this is now our LCD for these two rational expressions. Another example. So we're gonna look at the denominators and then we're gonna factor them. So x squared minus 4, x squared minus 5x minus 14. When we factor x squared minus 4, we have x plus 2 times x minus 2. And when we factor x squared minus 5x minus 14, we have x plus 2 and x minus 7. Now, let's take the common. Okay? And we take this as 1. And then our aim sa LCD, walang may iwan na factor. So, sasama pa rin natin si x minus 2 and then si x minus 7. Therefore, our LCD is this. The third example involves three rational expressions. Take note, ang aim natin is to get the LCD by simply factoring all the denominators first and see what we can find. So, simple, x is x. X minus 3, same, x minus 3. X squared minus 9 can be factored as x minus 3 times x plus 3. And now, we're gonna take the common as a pair, no? As 1. So, in this case, makukuha natin si x minus 3. So, we take this as 1. And then, walang may iwan, of course. So, we're gonna include x and x plus 3. So, this is it. The LCD of these three rational expressions is this. For the last example, let's say we have these expressions. So, ganun pa rin naman ang ating gagawin. We're gonna factor all the denominators. So, the factored form of x raised to 4 plus 5x cubed is this. The factored form of x squared minus 25 is this one. And the factored form of x cubed plus 10x squared plus 25x is this. Now, looking at all this, no, we can see na meron tayong mga common na makikita. Here we have x as our base and then another x here. So tignan natin yung dalawa and then we're gonna take yung may pinakamataas na exponent and that is 3. So one part of our LCD as factor is x cubed. Okay, now we have x plus 5 here, may x plus 5, and may x plus 5 square. Kunin natin yung may pinakamataas na exponent. So in this case, we're gonna take x plus 5 square. And last, we have x minus 5. Wala nang iba. So kunin pa rin natin to as part of our LCD. That is x minus 5. Therefore, our LCD for these three rational expressions is this. You can try these examples on your own and see kung tama yung magiging sagot mo. So for number 1, we have this as our LCD. For number 2, and for number 3.